Alright, this is Avengers 174, the second part of this story. Also, the issue where Cowboy Kid joins the Avengers, according to Tom Beevort and Kurt Busey. So look forward to that. This cover here was also used as art in the Andy books. It is a Jorge Perez cover, but our interior art is handled by an artist called Wenzel, and I want to talk about that. This storyline, well, the big overarching thread of a storyline, it was started by Timothy Shooter and Jorge Perez. Jorge Perez doesn't see it through to the end. And even Timothy Shooter, starting with the previous issue, is only getting a co-writing credit. This one being co-written with Bill Bungalow. The artist here, he does the next 4 issues. He finishes off the Korvac Dallas stuff. And I want to say he does a fairly competent job at it. It's not perfect, obviously, and he is following in some big footsteps, but you expect a disaster when Jorge Perez bows out and is replaced with a guy whose name barely ever cropped up on any other comics. Wenzel does a finer job than anyone would have expected. And it would have been interesting to see him on something else after this, where he isn't under the same amount of pressure as he is here. The plot is that cosmic curator Benicio del Toro, he has started a collection of Avengers. And now only 4 Avengers remain uncaptured by him. Hawkeye, Iron Man, Thor and Wasps. And right now we are seeing these heroes fight, or at least try to fight, Benicio del Toro. It is fun stuff. Bill Bungalow always could script a good fight. And this issue boils down to a really neat Hawkeye fighting someone tremendously more powerful than him story. Last issue, I had actually compiled all the cutaways for this and wound up not having a good opportunity to discuss it. So right now, let's talk about the bad guy, Benicio del Toro. He is a cosmic figure who has a space museum of things that he has collected and shit like that. He first appeared in Avengers 28, although a lot of sources will say Avengers 26, because he was technically behind the scenes in that. But there is absolutely nothing you can point to as actually him on panel. It was created by Stanley Lee and the Don of the Eck family mafia, and in his original story he wanted to collect wasps for his collection. He doesn't have a particularly good design, to be honest, and his 90s redesign is not much better. His next appearance, his second appearance, was in Avengers 51, which I got for free with a toy that I gave away. And in that, he wants to collect the Avengers. He controls Thor and makes him fight Iron Man, and so on. Here, he is able to take out the 2 most powerful of the quartet attacking him, Iron Man and Thor, leaving it to Hawkeye and Wasps No, wait, just Hawkeye now to deal with them. Hawkeye is a great character. Or he was a great character. Hawkeye had some great stories and issues over the years. He is basically this guy with no actual powers, who is a real hero and a real human being. A real hero and a real human being. Here we see that Hawkeye is the last man standing, and he is supremely out of his depth. This is a bad guy who could easily defeat him. We've just seen him take out Thor and Iron Man. But what Hawkeye does have is a unique set of skills and combat prowess and determination and cunning. The genius of Hawkeye is that you can have Hawkeye fight a character that is more in Silver Surfman's power class. And it doesn't feel like bullshit when a writer like Jimothy Shooter or Bill Bungalow has Hawkeye win. Hawkeye is often seen as a joke or a goof, but in battle, he is an incredibly clever man. He knows how to turn the tables with as little at hand as possible. Since we are focusing on Hawkeye, it needs to be said how bad this character has been chewed up by morons. It would be easy to say it began with Michael Bryan Benson killing him off in the stupidest way ever. But even before that, John Jeffries had him say it is okay to hit women. And even as far back as Steve Crazy Pills Engeltine on West Coast Avengers, he was being written as totally unsympathetic to his wife being raped. But yeah, really, it was Benson who broke Hawkeye forever. No surprise considering his first issue of Avengers opens with Hawkeye talking during dinner about which supervillain women he would like to rattle, and everybody else in the scene calling him a sexist pig. The real damage came after his death. Benson brought him back and made Hawkeye into a kill-hungry assassin whose solution to every problem is, let's just kill them. Not only was this a total betrayal of a character who famously had an incredibly firm stance on not killing, but Benson only did it to troll the people annoyed that he had killed Hawkeye off in the first place. The grim and gritty Hawkeye ninja killer shit should have been what is focused on as the thing that ruined Hawkeye. But it got worse because they ignored all of that to make them into a hipster doofus. He is an incompetent now. He cannot shoot straight. He is a total jackass. And he is an idiot. The fake Twitter feminists like Gail Simon, they love emasculating Hawkeye and think it is hilarious. That's not even acknowledging the decision to force Girl Hawkeye as the star and the one true reliable Hawkeye to the detriment of the original, and let's be honest, the real Hawkeye. The frustrating thing was that she originally wasn't too bad a character, but they made her into a typical, infallible, distaff, superior legacy version. Hawkeye, he can't do stuff like this anymore. Him beating a character spectacularly out of his league is only ever a joke now. He clumsily buffoons his way into victory. He presses the wrong switch and accidentally defeats them. Not what we have here, which is a great character overcoming obstacles and persevering in a battle that he shouldn't stand a chance in. I also will point out this is a nice spotlight on him, as he had been out of the Avengers series for quite a few years by this point. This is his comeback, and it is great. It is well earned. After defeating Benicio del Toro, Hawkeye frees the other Avengers, and then we get some backstory explaining Benicio del Toro's motives, and this links it into the next 3 issues, which is the big Korvac Dallas story. He was collecting the Avengers because they are the only ones who can stop Korvac Dallas. Korvac Dallas is an omnipotent wannabe god wishing to remake the entire universe to follow his ideas of order and harmony. Korvac Dallas, he also kills Benicio del Toro all the way from planet Earth. A pretty decent setup for the next story. And now the Avengers know what they are facing is powerful enough to one-shot Benicio del Toro from massively far away. Benicio del Toro's death is also picked up on as a plot point in Conquest of Champagne. Very good Hawkeye issue, this one. A good 2-parter in my opinion. I think my favourite scene was that bit where Cowboy Kid joined the Avengers. That was a really brilliant scene. I think this video has not only had me name drop the 3 Bs, but also John Jeffries and Gail Simon. This is definitely a special occasion, so I'll rate this issue 7 thumbs up.
What the? Wuzzle,
Wuzzle, wuzzle.
Did you
That's
say
what
wuzzle,
passes
wuzzle?
for entertainment these
That's-
days? Wuzzle, wuzzle.